In the glittering world of high fashion, where every seam and stitch tells a story of creativity and boldness, few events capture the essence of glamour quite like Vogue World. The 2025 edition, themed around Hollywood's golden age and held at the iconic Paramount Studios backlit in Los Angeles, promised an evening of cinematic splendor, celebrity sightings and runway revelations. Yet, amid the flashing lights and the parade of A-listers, one moment stood out not for its triumph, but for a subtle undercurrent of contrast. Miley Cyrus, the ever-rebellious pop icon known for pushing boundaries with her style choices, found herself momentarily eclipsed by the poised elegance of Hailey Bieber. It was a rare instance where the unpredictable rockstar's ensemble, bold as it was, couldn't quite hold its own against the model's effortlessly chic allure. Miley Cyrus, at 32, has long been a chameleon in the fashion realm, shedding skins as easily as she does musical genres. From her Disney princess days on Hannah Montana to her flower power anthems and now her introspective ballads, she's mirrored her evolution through clothing that screams individuality. At Vogue World, she arrived channeling a tough, leather-clad persona that evoked the gritty heroines of classic film noir. Her outfit was a masterclass in monochromatic drama. An oversized moto trench coat transformed into a dress, its structured shoulders and belted waist giving it a commanding silhouette. Beneath it, a crisp white button-down shirt peeked out, adding a touch of preppy contrast to the otherwise all-black affair. But it was the accessories that truly amplified the edge. Leather gloves adorned with an oversized silver ring, a Baker Boy cap tilted jauntily and patent leather slingback stilettos that clicked assertively against the studio floor. Oversized sunglasses shielded her eyes from the paparazzi frenzy, and in her hand she clutched a quilted leather bag that seemed like an extension of her armored exterior. As she made her way to the front row, Miley paused for a warm exchange with Hailey Bieber, Justin's wife and a fixture in the modeling world. The two, seated side by side alongside Yves Saint Laurent's creative director Anthony Vaccarello, both in looks from the luxury house, represented a fascinating juxtaposition. Miley's look was from the same brand, a nod to Vaccarello's vision of sleek, urban sophistication, but where her ensemble roared with volume and texture, Hailey's whispered with subtlety and sex appeal. The 28-year-old model turned heads in a midi dress that was nothing short of architectural poetry. Its off-the-shoulder neckline draped dramatically, cinched at the center with a sculpted leather rose that bloomed like a dark flower against her skin. Side cutouts revealed just enough of her toned waist to tease without overexposing, striking that perfect balance of allure and restraint. Her hair, pulled into a signature slicked-back bun, framed her face with minimalist precision, while layers of diamond jewelry, including her famously massive wedding ring, sparkled like stars on the red carpet. It was a look that didn't demand attention. It simply commanded it, leaving Miley's more aggressive styling to feel in that moment, a touch overwrought. The event itself was a love letter to Hollywood's storied past, reimagined through the lens of contemporary couture. Kicking off the runway was Kendall Jenner, striding confidently in a recreation of Nicole Kidman's legendary Moulin Rouge corset gown. A feathered, crimson explosion that paid homage to Baz Luhrmann's fever dream of a film. The catwalk became a time machine, blending archival references with forward-thinking designs from houses like Schiaparelli, Valentino, and Gucci. Celebrities dotted the front row and even joined the models. Angela Bassett brought regal poise in a velvet cape evoking old-school divas, Julia Garner shimmered in a beaded flapper number, Lila Moss channeled her mother's waifish cool in a deconstructed slip dress, and Jeff Goldblum, ever the eccentric, strutted in a sequin tuxedo that was equal parts the Grand Budapest Hotel and Jurassic Park whimsy. The air buzzed with energy, a cocktail of nostalgia and innovation that had influencers and editors alike scribbling notes on their phones. For Miley, this appearance wasn't just about fashion. It was a punctuation mark in a year of profound self-reflection. Just weeks prior, in a candid conversation with Pamela Anderson for CR Fashion Book, she had opened up about the relentless pace of her career, a journey that began when she was merely 11 years old, stepping onto the Hannah Montana set with dreams bigger than her frame. "I'm always redesigning, reimagining, re-inspiring," she confessed, her voice carrying the weight of someone who's danced on the edge of burnout. Lying in bed one night, she recounted a startling realization. She'd boarded the Fame Express as a child and never disembarked. That decision, made with the innocence of youth, had propelled her through decades of spotlights, scandals and reinventions, but lately she'd begun to question its permanence. "I made a decision at 11 and I've never stopped. I made this deep commitment and I never questioned it or re-examined it," Miley shared, her words laced with a vulnerability that resonated deeply with fans. It wasn't until her late 20s and early 30s that the reevaluation hit, a pivotal moment where she asked herself, is this still what I want? So far the answer had been a resounding yes, but she admitted she's not afraid of the day it's no. The thought of walking away from the industry that both built and burdened her doesn't terrify her. It intrigues her. Fans, however, weren't ready to let go. Social media erupted with pleas. Please tell me you want to sing forever, we need you, Miley. One devotee posted on X while another fretted, you are giving me stress vibes, babe, never leave us. It's a testament to her enduring impact, the way she's woven herself into the cultural fabric, from tween idol to boundary-breaking artist. Part of what anchors Miley in this high-wire act of stardom is her embrace of sobriety, now 5 years strong. In the same interview, she delved into the quiet joys that have sustained her, far removed from the haze of parties and excess. A big part of what we do is sharing, she explained to Anderson, the Baywatch icon who's navigated her own waves of fame. But in the midst of constant exposure, Miley has carved out sanctuaries of solitude. Gardening, of all things, has become her grounding force, a tactile ritual that contrasts sharply with the digital deluge of her professional life. Something I love is gardening. Actually, I'm making sure my dog isn't digging mine up at this exact moment, she laughed, painting a picture of domestic normalcy amid her extraordinary existence.